Welcome to the Up and Up podcast, where we are sharing the resources available in Kokomo, Indiana, and the county. And today, Meredith joins me from Bona Vista.
Hi. Thanks, Sherry.
Hey,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you.
I want to know a little bit about what your job is and who is the nonprofit that you represent.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm Meredith Freeman. I'm from Bona Vista Programs here in Kokomo. I am one of the 4 senior vice presidents that we have within the agency.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. Exciting, right? We're doing big things for Kokomo and the surrounding areas. Bona Vista provides resources and services to individuals who have any type of a disability or need any supports in that arena. We work a lot with individuals who receive Medicaid waiver services and Medicaid waiver funding. So we work with people in the community all the way from birth until end of life. As you know, Sherry, we do early Head Start services and prenatal services. We also serve adults within our adult day programming in our group homes. Another favorite of mine is the employment services division that we do offer here. We work with individuals who want to have paying jobs in the community, and we get them jobs and we help them keep jobs with the help of vocational rehabilitation, which is also here in Kokomo.
I think that is super awesome. And of course, you know, my little Emma, she went through Head Start, and it was a real blessing for our family, especially my daughter. And when do they have to get involved to be able to go into early Head Start?
So to be able to be in early Head Start, honestly, getting involved when you know you're pregnant as a mom is the best and quickest way. But we do take referrals at any point throughout early childhood. Early Head Start works off of a points-based system. So each applicant family receives points for different things within their life and different resources that they may need.
I think that's awesome because I know we almost missed it because it was the 3rd trimester, and that's a very critical point. So I really wanted to bring that up because it is very valuable, especially with single family households.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, when you think about the single parent, daycare and
so
early education, very important. So what are some of the biggest challenges for you as a nonprofit leader, and how do you address those?
Yeah, good question. I would say currently today, one of the biggest challenges is finding staff and finding good quality staff to provide the services that Bona Vista is known for. We want to have caring and compassionate staff, and it is so important to find those good people out here in the community. So we are always hiring and always looking for people that want to work towards our mission and do what we do. So anybody who wants to work for Bona Vista, go to bonavista.org, click on apply. We have lots of opportunities for you guys right now. Of course, another challenge is just getting the word out and making sure that everybody is aware of all the services we offer at the right time in their lives. So doing things like this is so helpful and so great. And you guys will see Bona Vista staff out and about in the community. We have a booth at the farmers market every Saturday. We are at every community resource fair and every event. We try to be present so that we can educate you guys and get to meet people before they need our services.
I think that's awesome because that's the whole reason for the Up and Up podcast is really to get the word out, not only to families who need it, but to the kiddos who need it. Right. You know, we are pretty segregated, you know what I mean? We're kind of siloed in the world today. So the Up and Up podcast is really to get that word out about the nonprofits and the resources that are available to be able to enhance your family experience and to be able to help you get the leg up financially or any other way that you need to.
Absolutely.
So how do you measure your impact? I do see you guys everywhere at all kinds of events, but how do you measure the impact of your work? And then have you had a notable achievement that you want to kind of highlight?
Absolutely. The way that Bona Vista measures the impact of its work is honestly just the number of clients that we see coming in and out of the doors, whether that is children or adults, whether that's families or individuals. We definitely see our successes in the number of people that we serve and that we help to reach a better and more independent life. I would say a huge success for us is anytime we get a client a job in the community. It's very important to Bona Vista as a whole that our clients have the ability to work, have the ability to be tax-paying citizens here in Howard County and have the ability to go out and meet friends and do the things that we all get to do on a day-to-day basis. We find that to be so important, and we have so many adults in the area right now that just need a little bit of extra help in getting and keeping those jobs.
Yeah.
So we work with them to do that. So that's always very exciting for us when somebody gets a job. We have a client. He's just a fabulous, fabulous young man. He's lived in our group home for about 10 years, and he's kind of worked his way through our processes fairly slowly, but definitely passionately. He has a job at Kroger. You've probably seen a few of our clients here in the community working in different locations like that. And this young man has become part of Special Olympics basketball team, which they're really good here in Kokomo. If you guys know anything about them, they're always really good. Yes,
it's amazing.
They are fantastic. And then this individual also helps out with the Kokomo Bobcats team. So he's helping to manage and bringing water to the players. So it really shows you how somebody can go from living in one of our group homes to living there, but not spending a lot of time there because they're out and about in the community. So that's a huge success story for us.
Well, and don't they want independence?
Yes.
And they want to be needed.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're so loving and brilliant, and personable.
Yep.
I think about my little Emma. This year she's 15 and she's working at the Greentown Library 2 hours Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that is due to her waiver.
Yes.
And I want to speak to that waiver process. Sure. Adults, if you have a child, a kiddo that has something that needs an IEP or anything like that, those kiddos early in life need to have that application for waivers.
Yeah.
Do you guys assist?
We do.
With that waiver process?
We sure do. Yep. If there's anyone in the community who, like Sherry said, has a child, niece, nephew, grandchild, anything like that, that has an IEP or has a diagnosed disability, call us at Bona Vista. Go on bonavista.org and fill out one of the information tabs. We are happy to help with applying for the Medicaid waiver because it is a really daunting process. There's a lot of paperwork and a lot of time that goes into it. So we are always happy to help. And by completing that Medicaid waiver application, that child would be able to start receiving services through Bona Vista and continue those services throughout the lifetime, really.
See, I think that's so important because with Emma, I think we applied for waivership probably at 3 to 5 years old. It was somewhere in that space. And it probably took us 7, maybe almost 7 years to obtain that waiver. So I wanted to bring that to parents' attention and the community's attention, because if you know a family that has a child, it's now time to apply for that waivership. It has really impacted Emma's life with music therapy and all kinds of different things, right? And the nice part about Bona Vista with Head Start program is that Emma was able to receive First Steps, which is such
a great resource.
It's a great resource.
Yeah. So any kids that have any special needs where they may need a one-on-one therapist to work with them, First Steps is the program that we suggest and that Howard County really rallies behind. And like you said, typically a very, very, very positive experience for those kids that go through First Steps.
Well, and really what was positive about that is my daughter, who is a single mom of 2, could not leave work to take her to First Steps for therapy and get her back to the daycare at Bona Vista. So Bona Vista says, no problem. We're going to coordinate that together. It's going to be in Emma's plan every single day, and First Steps is going to come to us. She never had to leave work. Whoa, there's a concept.
Right.
Woo!
And so needed in our community. And I'm glad you brought up the daycare and the preschool at Bona Vista. My son goes to preschool at Bona Vista. I cannot speak more highly of the teachers and the administrative and management staff. It is a truly amazing early learning program. And they do offer those extras like Sherry mentioned, where if your child has First Steps, the therapist will come and pull your child out of class and do the therapy right there in the building. So an amazing, amazing preschool resource here in Howard County. Again, for more information, you can go to bonavista.org.
Okay, so you're pretty passionate about what you do.
I am. Yeah.
Where does that passion come from?
I don't know. I just love our clients so much. I truly love seeing our individuals coming into day services or going to work or receiving therapy services, and just to see the smile on their faces and how much they grow and change and learn within a year. It's amazing. I love it so much.
That's awesome. And, really, if you are in a nonprofit, you really have to live your job.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
you better be passionate about it.
Yes,
because you're not just there. Typically, us nonprofit leaders, we're not there for the paycheck.
Right.
We're there because we love what we're doing and we live that purpose.
Right.
So, how do you envision Bona Vista and what you do with vocational education? How do you envision that future for you? And what kind of sustainability goals do you guys have?
Yeah. So, we know that the vocational rehabilitation department is not going anywhere. And actually, the state and the federal government are really excited about getting everybody jobs. I mean, I've mentioned it a few times, but it's kind of top of mind right now, especially here in Indiana. We are an employment first state, meaning that for individuals with disabilities, employment is the first and preferred outcome. And then those other services would come kind of secondary to that. So we know that voc rehab services are not going anywhere. We want to get as many people working as possible. So it is very important to Bona Vista and to all of us here that the county and the community supports us, and that if you need help finding a job and you have any type of a diagnosis, come to us. We will help you. We're so excited to continue to grow that program. And as far as sustainability within other programs, we're always applying for grants and new funding projects and just moving and growing and learning and trying new things. Bona Vista recently, within the last couple of years, merged with DSI, which is a larger company out of Columbus. But here locally, we're still Bona Vista. We're very proud of that. And we definitely see that DSI merger as an ability to kind of help us try new things and have some new expertise on board.
I think that's great that you mentioned that, because that was one of the reasons why I really thought it was important to get you on the podcast. People need to know that signage may change.
Sure.
Branding may change with a nonprofit, but that doesn't mean that their mission or their goals or their concepts have changed.
Exactly.
So if you see the logo go up of DSI over the Bona Vista symbol, just know that it's the same employees at Bona Vista performing the same duties, the same mission. It's just that they've merged with something larger for sustainability and funding going forward. And so you may see the branding of DSI out there, but it is still that same purpose, that same goal. And I want to just commend you, Meredith, and, Brianne, and all of the board of directors. You guys have really performed a good vision and have a great organization that really does help people. And I think about that even with my own family and the fact that if we hadn't had you at the time that we had you, I'm not sure this single mom would have made it. So what a blessing to our community.
I'm happy. Bona Vista is happy. We're just so thrilled to hear that and to know that. And there's so many people out in the community that have received services and have similar experiences to you. So it's very cool to get to hear that firsthand.
Yeah. Thank you so much today for joining the Up and Up podcast. Now, a word from our partner. The episode is funded by the Community Foundation of Howard County. Special thanks to the Hunt Family Fund, which was used to fund this grant. And now back to the Up and Up podcast. Welcome to the Up and Up podcast. Today, we are here at the Kokomo Post and we're talking to one of our Up members. I want to hear all about who are you?
Hi, my name is Keith Parkhurst. I am 12 years old. I have been in the UP program for about 2 years now.
What does UP stand for and what's that mean to you?
Well, for me, the UP program is like a family, and it's like a school almost, except more funner. You're not learning about math and reading. We're actually learning about value of money and anger management and how to be more active in the days.
Tell me about that active piece.
Well, I used to be lazy, always on my phone, never wanted to go outside. When I started coming here, my brother forced me to go out and work. And the first time I worked, we were laying rock for Memorial Day, I think. And after that, I just kept on coming back to work some more, and it's helped me with a lot of stuff. Now I know how to do more landscaping and actual yard work. So now I don't have to pay $20 for my yard to get done. So.
Woo! So you learned some skills, is what you're saying. You got some skills in that toolbox.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were saying something to me earlier about how you get paid, and then that pay equates into some items that you like.
Yeah. Currently, I am trying to save up to $250 to buy a new sketch pad.
Ooh.
It's a microscopic digital drawing pad, basically, kind of like a tablet.
You like to doodle?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
Ooh.
Draw lots of things in my sketchbook.
Is it kind of cartoon, or is it more artistic, like portrait?
It's like more cartoon-ish. I mean, sometimes I'll get into the actual artistic stuff, but not really. More cartoon.
What has been one of your most enjoyable experiences through Kokomo Urban Outreach?
Well, I'd have to say for me, it's going out and working. Actually getting that rush of doing your job. Because when you're just sitting there in a chair, it's pretty boring. Unlike now. But basically, it's going out there and actually working for the money that I am earning.
And you're putting that money to good use. And
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
actually showing you some ways that you can create some wealth around what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
I was going to say, what is some of the things that you've learned about yourself? I know you talked about anger management and some of those things, social skills, those kinds of things. So help me to understand a little bit more insight to that.
Well, I used to be a very troubled kid, had very bad anger issues. I was very short-fused. I mean, I still kind of am, but I know how to control it. I can actually stop and think before I say or do something. And I was never social. I'm actually kind of shy, so yeah.
I got to say, you're doing a good job.
Thank you. So, I mean, the UP program has helped me make friends from the UP program and outside of the program. It's amazing because never in a million years did I think that I would be making up to $150 every 2 weeks.
Whoa,
Well, actually, every 2.5 weeks.
that's great. That's awesome. I was going to say there was kind of an award ceremony back in March this year. And if I remember right, you won some sort of an award.
Yes, I did. It was the Best Improvement Award for improving my anger and my social skills and all of that.
It's really amazing what you've been able to do, Keith. And, you were talking a little bit about circumstances, some of the losses in your life. Can you speak to that? Because that's kind of where that anger has come from, isn't it?
Yes. I was homeless for 9 months, like a year back. We got into Gateway Apartments from the housing authority, though. And my parents would sleep in a car, and I would have to sleep in a trailer on the floor with my brother. It wasn't a very big trailer. I mean, it was broken down, certainly. But, I mean, God helped me get this place. And then there was some troubles in Gateway Gardens, or Garden Square, as some people might know it. But now we're moving out to the Pine Valley place over by not Snow Cone.
Cone Palace.
Cone Palace, yeah.
Yeah, that's one of those famous places.
Yeah. So I'm just thankful for God to help me get out of that place and into a better situation.
I'm really thankful that you're going to be able to have that fresh start that you're really wanting, that you were talking to me about. And I'm just really proud of you and how you've grown over this last year. You know, I joined Kokomo Urban Outreach in November 1st of last year. And, you know, I have seen this young man, Keith. I've seen you just grow and grow and grow right before my eyes. And it's really amazing what you've been able to accomplish with your life. You know, you could be so sad about your circumstances, but you know what? You've really embraced those circumstances and really try to make that turn around into a positive. I love that about you. That's in your spirit. That's in your DNA. And that's who God made you to be. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Is there any advice that you would give to kids about starting in a program like this?
Well, first of all, definitely don't be disrespectful to them because, I mean, without them, you wouldn't even have that opportunity. So be thankful and grateful for what you have because it can all go away in just a second. And also, you may get bullied around for a couple weeks, months, who knows. Shake it off. Be the best you. I was being bullied because of my height, and it affected me for a while, but not anymore because I know that it doesn't matter about my height. What matters is what's on the inside.
Powerful. That's powerful, Keith. I want to thank you so much for being on here. Is there anything that you've learned about yourself in this program that you want to pass on to others?
Well, basically, what I wanted to pass on would be my anger, but that's really not an issue anymore. So I think what it's going to be is about compassion for yourself. Not because I used to feel down about myself all the time and think I was ugly and think I was worthless. But I'm not because God made me who I am. Don't be afraid to show who you are. Don't change yourself for your surroundings. That is all.
I just want to say that's pretty amazing for such a young person as yourself to share such deep thoughts. As we were rolling up here to the studio today, Keith reminded me of an older spirit person because of the wisdom that you have inside of you. And I just want to compliment you on everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work, son. You're doing a great, great job.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for joining us today to embrace Keith and his journey. His story is not complete. You have a story and you have gifts and talents inside of you, and I can't wait to see who you will be as you grow older. And so this is the reason for this Up and Up podcast, and I thank you for your support, and you have a great day.